Most guys think that if a woman isn't interested in them, the game is over. But what if I told you that there's a way to flip the script? Imagine going from being ignored to having her chase you, obsessing over you, even if she once seemed completely uninterested. This isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction and using it to your advantage. So, if you've ever felt invisible to the woman you desire, pay close attention because what I'm about to reveal will change everything. A lot of guys think that if a woman ignores them, it means she's just not into them and nothing can be done about it. But that's not necessarily true. Women don't always reject men because they aren't attractive enough. More often, they reject men because they don't feel a spark, an emotional trigger that makes them see the guy as someone worth chasing. Think about it. How often do you see an attractive woman ignoring messages from a guy who's obviously interested, but then losing sleep over a guy who barely acknowledges her? It's not always about looks or even money. It's about how that guy makes her feel. Women respond to emotions, and if you can make her feel something strong enough, you can make her chase you, even if she wasn't initially interested. So why do most guys fail? The problem is that they come across as too predictable, too eager, or too available. Women aren't attracted to something they can easily have. The moment she knows she has you wrapped around her finger, she loses interest. She needs to feel like there's a challenge, like you're someone worth winning over. Most guys make the mistake of trying to be nice to win her over. They think that by being polite, always agreeing with her, and being there for her whenever she needs, she'll eventually realize how great they are. But here's the brutal truth. Women don't chase nice guys. They chase men who make them feel something. If you want her to start noticing you, the first step is shifting how she perceives you. Stop acting like every other guy who's desperate for her attention. Start behaving like someone who has options, someone who isn't desperate to impress her. When you subtly show her that you're not chasing her, that's when she'll start to wonder why, and that curiosity is what plants the seed of attraction. The goal isn't to make her feel ignored, but to make her feel like she has to earn your attention. That's the difference between a guy who gets ignored and a guy who gets chased. If you want a woman to chase you, you need to understand one fundamental rule of attraction. Women don't fall for men who make them feel comfortable. They fall for men who make them feel. Attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. If you can create emotional highs and lows, you can make her think about you constantly, even if she wasn't interested at first. Let's break this down. Imagine two different guys texting the same woman. The first guy is always available, always responds immediately, and never creates any kind of tension. His messages are predictable. How's your day? What are you up to? Good morning? While these may seem nice, they don't create excitement. There's no emotional spike, no rush of anticipation or thrill. He's just there. Now, the second guy doesn't always reply right away. Sometimes he responds instantly. Other times he takes hours. His texts aren't just about checking in. They make her feel something. Maybe he teases her about something she said last time. Maybe he disappears for a while, leaving her wondering what he's up to. When he does reply, it's unexpected, making it feel special. Suddenly, she's checking her phone, hoping for his name to pop up. Why does this work? Because humans, especially women, are wired to crave emotional stimulation. When a woman experiences a mix of highs and lows, she becomes emotionally invested. She starts wondering, why isn't he always available? Why do I feel so excited when he finally texts me? That emotional roller coaster makes her obsessed. This is the same reason why people get addicted to social media or gambling. The unpredictable nature of rewards, sometimes getting instant gratification, sometimes getting nothing, triggers a dopamine response in the brain. And once a woman associates that emotional high with you, she won't be able to stop thinking about you. Now, I'm not saying to play mind games or be toxic. The goal isn't to make her miserable, but to stand out from the sea of predictable men who bore her. You want to create mystery, anticipation, and excitement. The easiest way to do this is by mixing signals, not in a way that confuses her, but in a way that keeps her engaged. For example, if you usually respond to her text quickly, switch it up. If you always give her compliments, tease her instead. If she expects you to be available every weekend, make plans that don't include her once in a while. These little shifts make her work for your attention, and that's what gets her hooked. Attraction isn't about being the most available or the nicest guy. It's about making her feel something. And once she starts associating you with excitement, she'll start chasing that feeling, which means chasing you. If you want a woman to chase you, one of the most powerful psychological triggers you can use is scarcity. People don't value what is always available. They crave what is rare, what they feel they might lose. And when a woman feels like she might lose access to you, her attraction for you skyrockets. Think about luxury brands. A designer handbag is just a bag, yet women will spend thousands on it. Why? Because it's rare. It's not something just anyone can have. This same principle applies to attraction. If you make yourself too available, she won't see you as high value. But if she feels like you're a limited edition, someone who isn't always accessible, she'll want you more. The problem is, most guys do the exact opposite. The moment they like a woman, they start texting her all the time, clearing their schedule for her, and always being there when she needs them. They think that by showing how available they are, she'll appreciate them more. But what actually happens? She takes them for granted. She knows he's there, so there's no urgency, no excitement. Now imagine another guy, one who's not always around. He responds when he feels like it, not immediately. He has his own life, his own priorities. He gives her attention sometimes, but then disappears for a bit. When she finally hears from him, it feels like a reward. She starts wondering, where is he? What's he doing? Is he talking to someone else? That uncertainty drives her crazy. This is why women chase men who don't need them. It's not about being rude or ignoring her. It's about not making her the center of your world. When she feels like she has to compete for your time and attention, she starts valuing it more. Here's how to create this effect in your own life. Don't always be available. If she texts you, don't always reply right away. Take your time. Have a life outside of her. Be busy. Have hobbies, goals, social plans that don't involve her. Let her wonder about you. Don't give her a play-by-play of your day. Leave some mystery. Make her earn your attention. Instead of constantly reaching out, let her come to you sometimes. When you become a guy who isn't always there, she starts to fear losing you. And that fear of loss is one of the most powerful motivators. The moment she feels like she doesn't have you completely, she'll start working to secure you. She'll start chasing. Women don't chase men who give them everything on a silver platter. They chase the men who make them feel like they have to earn them. And once she feels like she's at risk of losing you, she'll do whatever it takes to keep you. If there's one thing that can make a woman chase you almost instantly, it's this: making her feel like she has competition. Women are naturally competitive when it comes to high-value men. The moment she realizes that other women want you, her perception of you shifts. She starts to see you as valuable. And what do people do when they see something valuable? They fight for it. This is why women chase men who have options. It's not even about the man himself. It's about the idea that he must be worth something if other women are interested in him. If you can subtly show her that you're the kind of guy women want, she'll feel the need to secure you before someone else does. Now, a lot of guys hear this and immediately think, does that mean I have to go out and date a bunch of women just to make her jealous? Not necessarily. You don't need to be surrounded by women all the time. You just need to create the perception that you're a man in demand. Here's how. Show social proof. Women are highly influenced by how others perceive you. If she sees other women laughing at your jokes, engaging with you, or even just talking about you positively, she'll automatically assume you're high value. Have female friends. You don't have to be romantically involved with them, but if she sees you interacting comfortably with other women, it signals to her that you're someone women enjoy being around. Be indifferent to her attention. When a guy is too eager, a woman assumes he has no other options. But when you seem unbothered by whether she gives you attention or not, it makes her wonder, who else is he talking to? Mention other women casually. This doesn't mean bragging or making her jealous on purpose, but dropping small hints, like mentioning a funny conversation you had with a female coworker, can plant the idea that other women are in your life. Look your best. Women pay attention to how other women react to you. If you dress well, carry yourself with confidence, and attract glances from other women, she'll pick up on it, and it will make her want you more. Here's the psychological trick. The moment she feels like she has competition, she stops seeing you as an option and starts seeing you as a prize. And the more she feels like she has to win you over, the harder she'll chase. Think about it. When something is easy to get, no one fights for it. But when something is rare and highly desired, people compete for it. That's how you want her to see you. Not as a guy who's waiting for her, but as a man who has options, and she needs to act fast before she loses her chance. Attraction isn't just about looks, money, or even status. At its core, attraction is about how you make her feel. If you can become the person who triggers her strongest emotions, the excitement, the anticipation, the highs and lows, then she won't just want you, she'll need you. This is where dopamine comes in. Dopamine is the brain's pleasure chemical. It's what makes people addicted to social media, gambling, and even love. And if you can make a woman associate you with dopamine spikes, she'll start craving you the way people crave their favorite addictions. So, how do you do this? By making your presence unpredictable, exciting, and rewarding. Here's how. Be unpredictable. If she knows exactly when and how you'll text, respond, or behave, there's no thrill. But if she never quite knows when you'll reach out or what you'll say next, she'll stay on edge, thinking about you. Mix pleasure with challenge. Women don't just want a guy who compliments them 24/7. They want someone who can challenge them in a playful way. Tease her, disagree with her occasionally, and make her work for your approval. The more she has to earn your validation, the more she'll value it. Create inside jokes and shared experiences. When you build unique moments and shared jokes that only the two of you understand, she'll start associating you with positive emotions. Leave conversations at a high point. Don't drag out a conversation until it gets boring. Instead, end it when the energy is highest. This makes her crave more. Give her withdrawals. If she's used to talking to you every day, pull back occasionally. The absence of dopamine makes her miss you and chase that high again. When a woman starts to associate you with unpredictable emotional highs, she won't be able to stop thinking about you. And the more she thinks about you, the more she'll chase.
But here's the key. You don't want to overdo it to the point of manipulation. The goal isn't to play games. It's to create genuine excitement, fun, and anticipation in the way you interact with her. At the end of the day, women don't chase men who are desperate, boring, or predictable. They chase men who make them feel something. The moment you understand this and start applying these psychological triggers, you'll notice a shift. The woman who once seemed uninterested will start texting first. She'll start seeking your validation. She'll start chasing you. And when that happens, the dynamic has changed forever. You're no longer the guy trying to get her attention. You're the guy she doesn't want to lose.